One of the most common themes that I work through with my clients is one of defensiveness, vulnerability, the two poles. I find a lot of the people that come to me when I go to muscle test them, they don't test. So I have to obviously, clear them energetically in order to be able to dive deeper with them. Now, when they don't test, there's usually a few reasons, but generally it's because they have built up barriers around themselves. They're afraid of being hurt. They've usually built these barriers from an early age. And yet these barriers don't serve any purpose. They really don't, because if you knew how damaging they are to a person, then you would never have put them there in the first place. Putting up barriers surrounding us energetically is actually a sure way to block that love that you've been looking for, to block your financial abundance, to block your success, to block your wonderful relationships, to block the harmony that you've been looking for. It blocks so many things because you're cutting yourself off from your source. And you don't need to do that because, if you want to be really successful, and if you want that wonderful divine relationship, and if you want your dog to behave in a calm manner, then you need to be behaving in a calm manner. And there's nothing calm about having such an embedded fear that you've created barriers surrounding you for mostly your entire life. Now, a lot of these people, they don't know. They don't know that they've got these barriers up, and obviously I'm talking like this, but I would be saying it in a very different way because each person is different. Everyone is different, and some takes a little bit of time to get to the core of why this has happened, and others it's quite quick because they are like accelerated. They are an accelerated path. Suddenly everything is coming together. So just take a moment now to just think about if there's anything in your life that's not happening for you and that hasn't been happening for you, and that the patterns keep repeating themselves, and whether that could be that you've placed an energetic boundary surrounding yourself to prevent these things from coming forward into your life. And maybe you think, oh no, that's not possible, but just really think about that. Just take a moment to just see how that feels, because it can be resolved. It can be resolved incredibly quickly. It makes a big difference to your dog. So if your dog is reactive and fearful, then you might want to look inside yourself and say, how can I clear those reactive human beings are usually quite defensive. So if you say, darling, did you break the pepper pot? And of course I didn't. No, I didn't. Or it was an accident. Or and just be so freaked out that they can't actually just calmly go, yeah, I did. Oh well, get another one. That's probably not a very good example. But a reactive person, a defensive person, has an excuse for everything. They don't listen to a word anyone says before you finish your sentence. They're already back with a reason why they did what they did, instead of just listening to discover if there might be actually something that they could learn from it. So take a moment, just have a little ponder, little think. What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that scares you in life? What scares your dog? Could it be that they're also picking up your emotional energy? Probably. I shouldn't say that. It's for you to think for yourself. And maybe consider that you don't have to live that way if you have got any sort of blockages in the sense of fears. limitations. You don't have to be like that. You can actually open yourself up and allow yourself to be vulnerable, because when you put yourself in that position to allow yourself to be vulnerable, everything starts to flow through to you. When you can witness life, observe life, taste life, enjoy life, look at life, feel life in a state of complete vulnerability, then everything will change. You seriously will find that everything just flows smoothly and swiftly to you, because you see, defensiveness is a block, it's a barrier. And if you think about a stream, a river, and if you've got loads of bits of pieces in there, the stream gets blocked and it doesn't flow as smoothly. But when you just allow it to be, without making excuses for it, it just flows just on its natural course. That's what vulnerability is. Things will just flow towards you, because you're supposed to be abundant, you're supposed to be successful, you're supposed to be happy, you're supposed to be in that divine relationship. Your dog is supposed to be in flow as well. You know, all of these things, you're supposed to live a flourishing life. And if you're not, it's because you are stopping yourself, and you can overcome that. And I'm very happy to help you with that too. Because I know what it's like. I've had to overcome it myself, and I've seen lots of other people overcome it, and I know how wonderful it is to empower other people to make those changes, because, you know, ultimately I can help, but you'll be also the one that has to do the work, the inner work, and then that way you will take ownership for the changes that you make. And you'll succeed, and you'll feel great, and you'll feel empowered, more confident, more like how you should be. So, thank you very much for watching. My name is Zaza Daniel, and I'm from Flourish Energetics, and I'm just chilling out here in this beautiful communal garden at the back of my house, listening to the birdsong, which is one of my favourite sounds. In fact, it's my favourite sound. Thank you. Bye.